Sorry about that. I don't know, the tape recording kind of just stopped on us there. But yeah, so we were just speaking about, you had listed all the positives about changing your drinking behavior. I was wondering if you could think now about the negatives of changing your drinking behavior.
Well, it would certainly affect my social life with my friends because, as I said, we quite frequently get together and go out and do that, and it's a familiar place for me to be. It's comfortable,
Mm-hmm.
and that kind of scares me
Yeah,
to change because it is I don't know, real safe place for me,
Yeah.
I guess.
it is hard to change. I mean, it's causes a lot of fear sometimes to make these changes. Anything else you can think of, or does that kind of summarize what you're feeling?
Yeah, basically, I think.
Okay, so I'm just kind of being cognizant of the time here today. Um, so we've talked about a lot, and I've really liked how we've done these pro and cons lists. So I'm going to tell you kind of from what I've heard today, and correct me if I'm wrong, but in terms of your values and beliefs, it really sounds like family is extremely important to you. I said that earlier, but it shows, that you want to have an improved relationship with your children, who you'd mentioned are 33 and 22. And you mentioned you had two grandchildren,
That's right.
a boy and a girl, who you're not seeing as much now because of your drinking behavior. And an improved relationship between you and your partner are things that are really important to you. I know you had mentioned one of the downfalls is being you'll lose your social life if you quit drinking. So that's one of the aspects that you have mentioned.
One other thing that I didn't mention too was that I guess it would be when my granddaughter was born, so that would be about 16 months ago.
Okay.
I actually reached out to AA, and
Oh, okay.
I attended there for about a month and then quit drinking,
Oh, okay.
and I still, I made some good friends there, and but things kind of got off track again, and I quit going and
Mm-hmm.
started
Okay.
drinking again.
Well, that's great to know for sure, and it's important to remember too that just because it didn't work out the first time doesn't mean that it's a failure. It usually takes many, many times for individuals that are trying to quit their substance use to take a bunch of tries at it. So that's great that you were able to do that. So I kind of, people always ask, where do you see yourself in 5 years? I mean, that's kind of a difficult question to answer. So I kind of ask, what are some of the goals you have for the next year of your life? What would you like to see happen in the next year?
Well, I'd like to obviously improve my relationship with my kids again, and spend more time with my grandchildren, and so they get to know me. And one thing that is hard for me too is the fact that I'm very honest and trustworthy normally, and have a high integrity, and I feel like I've been letting my children down by not being honest to them.
Okay. Yep. So those are some
So
other
that's
values that you have.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Great. Great. So, improved relationships, all about family, which has been a huge component of our discussion today. Now, I kind of just want to ask you, looking at all this, which we have looked at today, the pros, the cons, your values that we've kind of discussed, and your goals. And I don't know if maybe you had mentioned before about volunteering potentially too might be
Right.
another goal. So how does your current alcohol use fit in with those goals or those values that you hold?
It doesn't. Maybe I should give Christy a call.
Who's Christy?
She's one of my friends from AA.
Oh, okay.
Maybe I should try to, get the support there, and
Okay. That's something you're comfortable doing?
I think so.
Well, I think that's a great first step. I always like to, have some type of homework or work that's done between myself and clients or in between our sessions, sorry. So I think that that's a proactive approach on your part, and if she's your friend and a support, then that's something that you can definitely try to connect, and we'll meet again in a week if that works for you,
Okay.
if you'd like to come back.
Sure.
And I'm also going to send you home with some videos. Now, these videos are personal testimonies, and they're of individuals that are were in your situation about being very ambivalent to change, had certain factors on one side where they wanted to change and factors on the other side they didn't want to change. And it kind of talks about their their struggle with that, and also their recovery. So I find that kind of helps to instill some hope with clients when they see others talk about their journey and
Right.
and their recovery and such, and their obstacles that they have to overcome as well. So we'll schedule an appointment for a week, and if you need to call me for any reason, please feel free. We do have a crisis line here, 8 till 5 every day, and I'm going to pass this along to you, and this is a number of another organization that if you're need to talk to a crisis worker after hours, you can call that 24 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Oh, okay. Well,
Okay.
Thank you for that, Derek.
Okay, well, thank you very much for coming in today, and
I appreciate it.
we'll see you next week.
Okay.
Thanks again.
Thanks very much.